Let's end this debate once and for all. The Man of Steel, Superman, versus the God of Thunder, Thor. Who wins and why? Anyways, I'm the Hobby Man, and this is part 3 of Death Battle, where I put characters against one another to fight to the death, as the name implies. And we have a big one today, which has been debated a lot on every web. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and more. And I'm here to end it. Let's begin. So let's start with the Man of Steel, Superman, and his backstory, which all of us know, so it'll be quick. Superman was born on the fictional planet Krypton and was named Kal-El. As a baby, his parents sent him to Earth in a small spaceship, moments before Krypton was destroyed in natural cataclysm. The ship landed in an American countryside near the fictional town of Smallville. He was found and adopted by farmers Jonathan and Martha Kent, who named him Clark Kent. Clark Kent developed various superhuman abilities such as incredible strength and impressive skin. His adopted parents advised him to use his ability for benefit of humanity, and he decided to fight crime. To protect his personal life and his parents, he changed into a colorful costume and uses the allies Superman when fighting crime. Clark resides in a fictional American city of Metropolis, where he works as a journalist for the Daily Planet. Now let's talk about his feet. And God, I have a lot of them. And for both characters, so you know I read them both. When time was stopped for Superman, he was able to reach a speed where time stop was now time slowing down. And him going even faster made it to where he actually caught up to real time. In short time, he broke out of time being stopped. Flying so fast that space bent around him, time slows down, bending space and time when he flies, showing immense speed in realms beyond space and time, proving that time isn't the boundary of how fast he can go. Even at times where he lost in the time stream, traveling through the time barrier to get back to Metropolis isn't that hard for him. He can also put his suit on faster than speed and time itself. And one time when Superman was trying to find Supergirl, he went so fast that he shattered the barrier of space and time. And in the Great Race, Superman is in 4th place, behind Reverse Flash, Barry, and Wally, but not by that much. And when he got put into the future, he was able to push through the barriers of space and time to get back home, and breaking free of hypertime, which is beyond space and time and contains infinite universes. And some people say he can't time travel, but he can. He used it. And he flew through a red sun, and if you didn't know, red sunlight takes Superman's powers away. He survived the pull of black holes and held a miniature black hole with just his bare hands. And now the first debunk. He lifted the heavens, his literal problems, along with the fact that Atlas is a Greek figure. In Greek mythology, the universe is divided into 3 parts: the heavens, the cosmos, and the underworld. So Superman lifted the 1/3 of the universe, not infinity. And when he lifted the Book of Infinite Pages, he didn't lift infinity again. The book had no mass, only infinite knowledge. But he did slow down the Spectre when he was falling, and he weighs as much as eternity, so that's a good one. He tanked hits from the Hulk in a crossover, just didn't move at all, which Thor could not do, as we have seen many times. And before some of you go in the comments saying, that's not canon, that's a crossover, it's not canon. It is, because of the Omniverse, and that means everything from DC is now canon. He survived a wormhole exploding on him, around his face, while he was powered down with kryptonite necklace. He moved the sun. He is super smart. People really underestimate his IQ. He could learn how to do surgery within a small time. He's also 10th level intellect. He destroyed a solar system by sneezing. He survived the pressure of the Big Bang. If you don't know, the Big Bang is the starting of everything, the resetting of the universe. Superboy dragged a galaxy, and Superman can do everything Superboy can, if you didn't know. While amped, he lifted 200 quadrillion tons. He's amped, guys, in that one. All-Star Superman. Read the book, it's very, very, very good. And Superman bench pressed the Earth for 5 days straight, which is not only a strength feat, but also a stamina one. And the Earth weighs this much. I'm not gonna say it, but it's on screen right here. He stated in a battle he was having that he has shattered the boundaries of space and time. He was the only one who could break the Thor's wall before you say he had a special weapon. He was the only one who could do it though. And in another crossover he grabbed Thor's hammer and defeated Thor. He survived a supernova. Supernovas can wipe out galaxies if you didn't know. He is resistant to most telekinesis and matter manipulation. And his body is a battery, he can absorb sunlight and magic. And he has kinda new ability named Superflare, where he expels all the energy in his cells to create a bright, powerful blast capable of a massive explosion. But in terms, he loses his powers for 24 hours, so he only uses it as a last resort. Now, let's talk about the god of thunder, Thor, son of Odin. Thor was born to the king of Asgardian gods, Odin Borson, and the earth goddess Gaia. He grew up in Asgard under Odin's tutelage, when trained in his footsteps to one day lead Asgard. Besides Odin, his stepmother Frigga and his adopted brother Loki are the only family he has ever known, alongside with his best friends Sif, Baldur, and the Warriors 3. Throughout his youth, Thor tested his limits on dangerous missions and became worthy of the Uru Hammer Mjolnir. If you didn't know, Mjolnir is created of Uru, one of the strongest metals in Marvel. If you didn't know that, you probably did. Using it to save Sif from the death goddess Hela. While the hammer wields destructive powers, it also has the power to build, and Thor also uses it to concentrate treaties and bless weddings. In Thor coming of age, he fell through a portal and battled the demigod Hercules. Equal in strength, they both fought until Sud halted their encounter, sending Thor back to Asgard and wiping the memories of both warriors. During the 9th century, Thor spent time on Earth leading Vikings into battle. It was not until Thor loyal Vikings attacked a Christian monastery that he turned his back on his followers, leaving Earth and spending centuries in Asgard. But now, let's talk about his feats. Thor was able to survive infinite gravity. That doesn't make sense, but he did. Superman said that he may have been the toughest opponent he has ever faced, but I don't think it was true. It was only for Marvel at the time. He also lifted the Book of Infinite Pages. These comic books use so much infinite. Everything is infinite these times. But then he did it when he was a kid and adult. But again, not infinite mass, but knowledge. And Odin said only a true god could. He also damaged Chaos King, which is OP. Took a bomb to the face which could kill all the gods. He survived being in the sun for a long time. He and Beta Bill held up Asgard together. He cracked a celestial soul with one punch of his hammer. If you didn't know, celestials are one of the strongest things in Marvel. Just read the ongoing event Judgment Day and then you will know what I talk about. But that feat didn't happen in Judgment Day. He broke the grip of the world serpent, and a normal snake grip is just under 6 pounds of pressure per square inch. And we all know that the world serpent is way stronger than a normal snake. He broke Galactus' helmet and made him scream in pain. He one-shotted an ant, Namor. He one-shotted Abomination, who can keep up with the Hulk, but I still think Hulk can beat Thor. He tripped a Celestial, again Celestials are overpowered. He knocked out the Phoenix Force. Phoenix Force is a very strong force if you didn't know. He fought an army for 2 years non-stop, so stamina again. He also killed Demogorgon, a very powerful antagonist in Marvel Comics. He broke space and time by flying with his hammer, which gives him a boost. If you didn't know, the hammer gives him a boost and he's much faster with it. He pulled Red Hulk out of a big black hole, and the force of a black hole is about 1.6 trillion Gs. Dodged Mjolnir, and you know how fast that thing is, as I told you earlier. and one time he actually beat Silver Surfer in a race, who was one of the fastest characters in Marvel Comics. Mjolnir was able to travel through the end of the universe, and back in a single minute. Ghost Rider's Hellfire didn't affect him, and if you watch my last death battle, you know how strong that thing is. He broke Null's jaw with a single hug of his hammer. And if you don't know, Null survived the Big Bang. He survived being burned by the eternal flame. He snapped Century Snap, and he moved the world engines, which is basically the clock for Yggdrasil. He can also use Warrior's Rage, where he becomes a lot stronger, but dumber as well. And just a random fact about Thor, when he was on Earth, he used the name Donald Blake. But with all that said, who do I think would win this fight? To be honest, it will go to Superman mid-difficulty, because the only reason Thor fans say Thor wins is because they think Superman is weak to magic and lightning. Which is not true. He is not more vulnerable than you and me to those things. And this already happened in the comics, which is canon like I said earlier. Okay, Superman vs. Thor. Winner, Superman. If you like this video and you want more, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. This video took a long time to make, and I will happily discuss anything about this video or anything at all in the comment section below. But for now, I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.